Fuchs in the house. How's everybody doing today? Happy Friday. And going to start off kind of on a somewhat rant with YouTube. Don't mean to, but a little disappointed. Um, and I basically set up on YouTube a discussion for people to make discussions. And one of my subscribed friends, basically Pat, he's like, yeah, I'd like to talk about, worst movie, make a comment. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a discussion tab that you can. It's like, there ain't no discussion tab. I'm like, okay, whatever kind of thing. I walked away from it. And then the other day, I'm talking to another friend, Mike, and basically I'm like, yeah, can you go in and check as I show that this is set up for discussion tab? And he basically goes in and he goes, there ain't no discussion tab, dude. And basically I do show on as myself, I show the discussion tab, and then you can change to be a user that is a regular person, a regular subscriber or whatever, and it's set to discussion tab. And I guess I'm finding out is the only one that can have a discussion is myself with myself. Is I have, and it isn't that big, but I'm going to show is, let's see, there we go, is I have it on. And for what this is showing is people should be able to make discussions on my videos or on my channel. That's not happening. And people are like, well, do you follow the guideline? Yes, there's YouTube videos and I have done it, but this has been set up for however long, and it's like I got it set up and there's no discussion tab for my people that follow my channel. And it's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Try to do research on why I don't have it. It makes it seem like it is. Then I saw something, it's going to a community or something, that discussion tab could have gone away. Okay, that's great. Then it showed, I guess, a certain amount of viewers for the other one that you need. I don't even remember. I'm not even going to guess. So I don't have that. So I'm I was hoping that, the people that don't have thousands of subscribers would at least have a discussion tab that people that want to talk about stuff would be able to. So a little disappointed in that. It's something that I have supposedly control over, and it doesn't do nothing for people that are looking at my videos. Somewhat, if they're on my channel, that you can't have a discussion going. But it's there. It shows that I have it, and then if I supposedly am a user that's looking at my channel, they supposedly see it. That's not the case. I got a couple people that have verified that, and I appreciate Pat and Mike taking that time. Mike time for it, but just to have something, a little disappointed. Trying to get something going. Have some fun with this. Do what you can, but I'd try to see what I can, I guess, go forward. But that's something I wanted to talk about. And since I have this going, I haven't been doing the yard or over by the folks with the garden. Is see if these photos work at all. So see how this. Try to. Yeah, if I do a goal. Yeah, let's see. There we go. Is parents' garden, gladiola came up, and rosebush was pretty decent. This is maybe a week or two. Basically, the gladiola's gone, but some other ones are coming up. That's pretty nice. And it's kind of a lily type flower, and it ended up being it blooms late, end of July, that it comes up. And then my last picture is this is the garlic I pulled this year from my garden. So I think it's 3 years in a row that I've done this, and it's worked out pretty nice. And so the garden's decent and may get some more spinach or lettuce, and I forget which row I put the spinach and lettuce in. One's working, one's not, and still got time, but possibly going to get a second crop off that. And did decent on lettuce. Spinach was so-so on the first crop, but lettuce was decent haul this year. Have had a couple of good-sized cucumbers that have come out of the garden today. And my dad's going to get a lot of hot peppers. He's going to, I think he's going to be set. It's pretty nice. He's also, I was looking at it, he's got the cayenne peppers, the little red ones. And there's a whole bunch of them that were, I was like, wow. Kind of gave him a heads up. I was like, yeah, do you want me to pick those? And he's like, oh, I got it. So I'll have to watch and see if he remembers to do it or not. But garden this year, I did a lot of work on it last year by putting sand and topsoil in there. And I will say it really made a difference on how things grew. It still has a clay. When I dug it up beginning of the year, a lot of clay. And I thought that would break up some, and it did not. So I was kind of like, I don't know how much. They say that you put sand in there that's supposed to help. And it didn't do. It was kind of funny when I was turning it, the sand that I put in there kind of was still intact from over the winter. Definitely the growing of what was going on. And I'm curious on the carrots my parents are going to get. Is it looks like they're going to have a good amount of carrots. They got the cherry tomatoes going there. That's going off the wall, it seems like. They have a couple tomato plants, and they have some tomatoes on it, but it isn't really, I don't know where that's going to go, if they're going to get a lot or not. So that is up on that. I appreciate, and then thanks to everybody that watches my videos when you get time. I guess for making comments, it's going to be make comments in the video now and go from there. I'm kind of disappointed that you can't make comments on the discussion on the playlist. And then if anybody gets a chance, take a look at my banner page. I did update that for my channel. Wouldn't mind some feedback on that if you like it or not. Decided to change that. The banner I had out there, it had to be going on a year that I think I've had that out there. So decided to change it up, and I like it kind of a little different, and I think it works with the channel. And world-wise, same crazy world going on out there, everybody. And I don't know, try to stay safe, or try to just seeing what is being sent to me. But it was my niece. So hi, Melissa, Michelle, to my nieces. Hope everything's going well for them. But coronavirus still out there. Try to stay safe in the crazy world. I don't know about the, hanging out with 12 people or 8 people. I don't know. I know it's like get back in the game, but you have a virus that again, WHO, World Health Organization, just work, and they're putting out a vaccine that they're not even sure it's going to work, and that's kind of something that just weird. And they're rushing this, which pushing something through. Totally understand that you have to do it. Desperate times, desperate, but I just wish they'd have a sit down, and I don't care if you'd have, I don't know, get 6 doctors from around the world to sit down on this and explain and talk it out. I still think China needs some explaining to do. Hey, Lucy, got some explaining to do. And I am going for that should be said of China. I just feel like I don't. If you messed up, you messed up. Can't take anything back, but hey, if you try to help out and I'm kind of getting a kick out of numbers that they supposedly have, and you go look and there's countries that are bypassing them. That's like, how is this country ahead of China in regards to the cat? It's just kind of mind-boggling. And it's like, hey, every country, you know, you don't have to, but you're not really being helpful to the world. It's like, if that's the way you want to be. I kind of have starting to get a conspiracy theory a little bit on that this was done for, and I mentioned this a while back, but I think there's people talking about it a little bit as conspiracy theory wise. I kind of look at it as this is something that was done for controlling population a little bit. And I don't know if this was supposed to be just done for China. I don't know that, but just the numbers and just how the world, just seeing the stock market, how it's reacting to this. I just feel like this is something that was in play, and how things are working out. I just feel like it's like this is strange on how things are playing out. That's me. I'm fine with saying that. And again, crazy world, and speak my mind a little bit. Not much going on. I owe my parents a grass cutting. I kind of blew it off a little bit. Just one of those, you're not feeling it. I know I shouldn't be like that. So tomorrow I'm going to try to get that out of the way. I decided to do the video a little early, maybe do a late movie tonight. Not definite. I'm watching some decent movies. I got my movie list. Be going over that in a couple minutes here. And again, I enjoy doing the videos. I know that I don't get many people watching. Again, maybe not the most hot topics in the world, but I like talking about the movies. Some of them are obscure, and then you come across some that's like, oh, really? Didn't know that, or somewhat more or less. But yeah, doing okay, and not much else. So I gotta get some kind of cooking thing, or which I used to do. Haven't done much of that stuff lately. Kind of getting lazy, I guess. Not sure I don't know what to do for that. I don't know why I haven't gone to the park. I guess the setup, I don't know, just something that's not the biggest thing. And again, these videos aren't the highest quality. You know, if anything, these I think should be played at maybe after, or, you know, been out and about. So that's the way I look at it. So movies have a little of everything: horror, action, true story from back in World War One, which is pretty crazy. I guess I have a couple movies. One is a classic movie from World War One, and then one's current, you know, up to date, but or recent movie that covers that era. And then I have, I guess, kind of leaning towards war movies a little bit. So my streaming movies, I guess I'll go with the ones that are not dealing with war, and we'll go that way. First one, Dark Was the Night, 2014. Kevin Dougson, yeah, my handwriting, wow, and Lukas Hans. This is a horror flick in a small town where the logging company to the north of them, I think, clears out the land, and it ends up forcing this creature to move because its inhabitant has been taken over. And this is not a bad horror flick. Its story and the creature, it's kind of funny how they do it. It's like, did you see that? And they really don't show anything, or if they do show it in the beginning, you don't see nothing. It's like, oh yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. And then there'll be a image that they have, like a photo of like a Bigfoot, you know, kind of thing. It's like, hey, I can't see what the hell it is. And as the movie goes along, the creature becomes more, you know, it's a creature. So then it's running around, you see its legs. And then by the end of the movie, there's a full creature, and they do it. It's a decent movie to watch, a good horror flick if you're looking for one. And it ends that they could have a sequel if they would like, and I think it's something that I don't know why they didn't do a sequel. Movie was done in 2010. Or sorry, 2014. I have my other movie that I wanted to talk about, but I'm doing this in the order again of what I wanted to. But yeah, Dark was the Night. Decent horror slash, I guess, action movie, if you want to say. Next movie is an action movie called Straton, 2017, English movie. And Dominic Cooper and Austin Stowell are in this. And this is just a cheaper, I think it ties to MI6, I think is how the story is based on. But again, just a lower budget James Bond type movie, which it holds its own. And if I remember right, the rating on this was below 5. I don't think that's the case. It should be definitely a movie that's watchable. You won't be disappointed. So next, I'm going to go into some war movies or tied to war movies. My first one is This Way Back, 2010, Colin Ferrel, Ed Harris. And this was a movie done by National Geographic. And the movie deals with Siberian, I hope I say it right, it's Gulag, where they escape. And they end up, these escapees end up traveling on foot 4,000 miles to get to India. And this is somewhat, I guess, based on a true story. It's crazy, and it's a decent movie. It's worth watching. It surprised me. I basically watched it a second time because I had my parents come over. I thought it would be something they'd enjoy, and they did. They liked it. I was like, yeah, I guess there's movies that it's like I want to have my parents over, but I'm worried that they're not going to be good, and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I just showed a bad movie to my parents or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'll watch it, and I enjoyed it a second time. I was like, this is it. It holds it own. It goes from winter to kind of like the spring, then it goes to desert. Then it goes back to the mountains. It's pretty, you think about it as the stuff that people complain about today, forget about it. We'd all be dead, I think, or half of us, if we would even do half that journey. It was pretty intense, pretty crazy. Totally, again, recommend it. I did one of those movies that's like, hey, I'm glad I came across it. I wish I would have seen what the rating was on it, but again, it held its own. Then we'll go with a classic World War I movie. I have never seen this movie in its entirety, and I decided to watch it. Sergeant York, 1941. This somewhat is based on, I guess, historical. Sergeant York, Gary Cooper and Walter Brennan. They've played before in other movies too. Is basically Sergeant York. Kind of first half of the movie is when he's in his small town, living his life, kind of thing, and then the second half kind of gets drafted, goes to war, and he ends up getting behind enemy lines and capturing more or less. I don't know if it's a battalion, just him and a handful of men, and he becomes a hero because of it. And again, the beginning of the movie, again, more what his life's about, and it holds its own. I've never watched the movie. It is a longer movie, over 2 hours, I think, if I remember right. But good movie to watch. I enjoyed it, and I think anybody who's I don't know how many people like watching old time movies, but I think it's a change of pace with what's out there and what you see. I just feel like there's an acting aspect that today's movies kind of miss. Kind of more, more movies are on the special effects and graphics, so you kind of miss out on the acting portion. And then my last movies, basically going with, yeah, let's see if I got this Hamburger Hill. Um, Decent movie, Vietnam War, pretty intense on, they kind of say leans towards more realistic of what happened over there. Again, don't really know exactly, but worth watching. So, and then my last one, this is a kind of a favorite of mine, is A Bridge Too Far. Is World War II. Basically, the Allies decide to make a push against the Germans, and it ends up being the English General Montgomery decides to make a push of English, Polish, Americans to try to get into, I think it's Belgium. Don't quote me. I always forget the country. And everything goes wrong. It just, timing, there's bad weather. They don't have the equipment. It gets tied up. People get injured. But it's a movie that's got a cast in it: Sean Connery, Gene Hackman. Oh my word! I'm seeing the people in the faces, and I'm just like, what the heck? Anthony Hopkins, as a younger Anthony Hopkins, is in this. But again, if you're looking for a war movie, that's one of my favorites to watch. So that is movie talk, and I enjoyed the stream this evening. Again, disappointed that people can't see the discussion or use the discussion in the channel itself. Maybe I'll hear some. I did send, I think, a question on it, but for what it is, I do have it turned on. I show it. It shows that it's there, but when I talk to some people, they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I don't know if I kept his picture. He basically showed that he doesn't have a discussion tab, but I do, and it's just kind of strange. It would be nice to have something like that, and just to have discussions with my movies and stuff. Be able to have, hey, what's your worst movie, or if they want to recommend some movies on the channel, it would be kind of nice. So instead of just the video itself. Thanks to all my subscribers, and I hope everybody has a good day. That's about it. Have a good one, everybody. Fuchs in the house, and deal with the crazy world out there.